Today, we're uncovering the dark and dangerous world of assassination attempts. From political figures to public icons, these are the 35 most disturbing moments where lives were nearly cut short, all caught on camera. Brace yourselves for a chilling ride. Let's get started. It started as just another ordinary day until the air was pierced by the sudden crack of gunfire near a school building. In a swift and decisive response, the Seattle police surged into action. Amid the chaos, officers were seen ushering preschoolers through the tense scene. In a harrowing account, a report describes how the teacher urgently commanded the children to lay flat on the ground as shots echoed around them. In the southern Brazilian city of Foz de Iguaçu, a political dispute escalated into a tragic confrontation. A federal prison guard, an ardent supporter of right-wing President Jair Bolsonaro, followed through on a threat and shot his political rival at a birthday party. The victim, Marcelo Arruda, a municipal guard and local official from Brazil's leftist opposition Workers' Party, PT, was celebrating his birthday when Jorge José da Rocha Guarano entered the event and fatally shot him. Paraná's public security secretary's surveillance cameras captured the chilling moment of the attack. Marcelo Arruda, a dedicated PT official, lost his life in the exchange of the gunfire. Video footage reveals the dramatic moment of an assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump during a rally.
And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
The incident occurred while Trump was delivering a speech to a large crowd. Suddenly, a man started firing a gun at him from an unknown direction. Trump's security guards immediately sprang into action, forming a protective barrier around him and ushering him to safety. The swift response of the security team prevented the situation from escalating further, highlighting the constant threats faced by public figures, even in seemingly secure environments. On a fateful night in Washington, D.C., the course of American history was irrevocably altered. President Abraham Lincoln, revered for leading the nation through its darkest hours, attended a play at Ford's Theater, unaware of the impending danger. As the play unfolded, John Wilkes Booth, a fervent supporter of the Confederacy, infiltrated the theater and carried out his deadly plan. With a single shot, he fatally wounded Lincoln, leaving the nation in shock. Booth, a well-known actor and Confederate sympathizer, had meticulously planned the assassination in an attempt to revive the Southern cause. The tragic event occurred just days after the Confederacy's surrender. Security video captures the harrowing moments of a mass shooting in New Orleans East that left 9 people wounded. The footage shows the suspects arriving at the scene and opening fire indiscriminately, causing chaos and panic. The rapid and violent attack unfolded in the blink of an eye, leaving multiple victims injured. Authorities are using this crucial security footage to aid in their investigation, hoping to identify the suspects and bring them to justice. In the tense political atmosphere of 1980s Cuba, a bold plot emerged, seeking to alter the nation's future. On April 19, 1988, a dramatic assassination attempt targeted the revolutionary leader Fidel Castro. During a public event, assassins armed with explosives and firearms infiltrated the crowd, meticulously planning to eliminate Castro and destabilize his regime. However, their attempt was foiled. Cuban security forces acted swiftly, thwarting the plot and capturing the assailants. It was a normal day, with the bodyguards and their boss making their way through a bustling crowd. Suddenly, one of the guards spotted a potential threat. It was an assassin. Without hesitation, the guard swiftly took the assassin down, neutralizing the danger. In a seamless operation, the other bodyguards immediately formed a protective barrier around their boss, ensuring his safety as they escorted him out of the environment. Around 10:10 p.m. on a Sunday night, a group of 4 individuals was gathered at the corner of Smart Place and Belmont Circular Road in Belmont. Suddenly, a dark-colored SUV approached them from the south along Belmont Circular Road. Five men exited the vehicle and opened fire on the group. After the attack, the assailants quickly re-entered the SUV and fled south on Belmont Circular Road. At approximately 10:20 p.m., CPL Budhu and a team of officers from the IATF strike team arrived at the scene to find the victims lying motionless on the roadway. The swift response revealed the immediate danger and the urgent need for action in the face of such violence. The tranquility of Mayfair was shattered as a shocking incident was captured on a Ring camera. The footage begins with the victim returning home, parking his car, and heading inside. Moments later, a group of men approached his vehicle, attempting to hijack it. Without hesitation, the victim sprang into action, rushing out to confront and chase the suspects away. The quick thinking and bravery of the victim prevented the carjacking. A man in uniform arrived at an office, seeking urgent assistance for a crucial matter. However, the staff in charge delayed attending to him, causing frustration and mounting tension. Feeling that his needs were being ignored and with time running out, the man decided to take action. His anger and sense of urgency led him to confront the situation directly, bypassing formal procedures in his quest to resolve the issue. The video shows the victim waiting to board a taxi, unaware of the imminent danger. Suddenly, a motorcycle with two riders approached. The suspect riding on the back of the motorcycle pulled out a gun and fired multiple shots at the victim. The victim collapsed as the assailants sped away. The footage provides clear images of the suspects, which will be crucial in identifying and apprehending the perpetrators. In a tragic and shocking event on July 2, 2018, the assassination of Tanawan City, Batangas Mayor Antonio Halili was caught on CCTV camera. During a flag-raising ceremony, Mayor Halili stood with his colleagues, unaware of the impending danger. Suddenly, a gunshot rang out, and Halili collapsed to the ground, fatally wounded. Chaos erupted as people rushed to his aid, but it was too late. While preparing to go out, a woman entered her car and was startled by a shocking and terrifying scene unfolding right before her. As she started the engine and prepared to leave, she noticed a threatening figure approaching her vehicle, creating a high-stress situation that pushed her into immediate action. In a desperate bid to escape, the woman sped off, trying to put as much distance between herself and the suspect. Despite her efforts to flee, the attacker continued to pursue her, intensifying the danger and adding to her fear. Eventually, she drove back to her apartment, where she quickly sought refuge inside. In a tense and dramatic moment, a man pointed a gun at Ahmed Dogan, the leader of Bulgaria's ethnic Turkish party. The incident occurred during a public event, sending shockwaves through the crowd. As the gunman aimed at Dogan, security guards quickly intervened. The attacker was tackled to the ground and subdued by the guards, who then proceeded to restrain and beat him.
Bulgaria's ethnic Turkish party was targeted by a man wielding a gun during a televised conference.
The swift and forceful response from the security team prevented a potentially deadly situation and ensured the safety of Dogan and those present. In a dramatic turn of events, Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro survived a drone assassination attempt. During a public event, drones carrying explosives were flown toward Maduro. The attack was thwarted when the explosives detonated prematurely or were intercepted, allowing Maduro to escape unharmed. In a dramatic turn of events, Argentine Vice President Cristina Kirchner narrowly escaped an assassination attempt. As she was engaging with supporters, an assailant emerged from the crowd and aimed a gun directly at her face. Miraculously, the weapon failed to fire, sparing her life in a split second. The would-be assassin was quickly subdued, and Kirchner was swiftly escorted to safety. After a former HTS student was brutally shot by burglars in his home, a neighbor's CCTV camera captured the attackers. The footage reveals the burglars breaking into the house. Thanks to the clear video evidence, law enforcement now has crucial information to identify and apprehend the perpetrators. Here is a man who will eventually become involved in a situation that unfolds. The CCTV footage shows the man, a suspect, in the vicinity of the crime scene, providing crucial evidence but so far, leading to no arrests. The video highlights the urgency of the investigation and the need for public assistance. Police are yet to identify and apprehend those responsible. A gunman clad in black leaped out of a Hyundai Santa Fe and began firing a handgun at a man who quickly ran inside a corner store. As the suspect retreated, his gun jammed, and he tripped over a scooter, causing the magazine to tumble away.
The Philadelphia Police Department released surveillance footage of what might be the world's worst hitman in action.
Meanwhile, the victim emerged from the store armed with his own gun and tried to flee. He was struck twice in the legs and was taken to a hospital in stable condition.
His gun appears to jam as he fires shots, striking the victim twice. Suspect then tripped over a scooter while he retreated, and the magazine flew out of his handgun.
On March 30th, 1981, John Hinckley attempted to assassinate President Ronald Reagan. The footage begins with Reagan leaving the Washington Hilton Hotel, where the scene quickly turns chaotic as Hinckley opens fire. Hinckley's shots hit President Reagan and his press secretary, Jim Brady. The shocking attack left the nation in disbelief and triggered an immediate response from Secret Service agents who quickly subdued Hinckley.
He wounded the president, Brady, a Secret Service agent, and a Washington police officer.
On November 22, 1963, a tragic moment in American history unfolded as John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States, was assassinated while riding in a presidential motorcade through Dealey Plaza in Dallas, Texas. The nation was stunned as the motorcade passed through the crowded streets and shots rang out, striking President Kennedy. He was fatally wounded, and the chaotic scene was captured by onlookers and news cameras, leaving an indelible mark on the collective memory of the country. The aftermath saw a frantic rush to Parkland Memorial Hospital, where President Kennedy was pronounced dead.
He was murdered in Dallas, Texas. He was shot by a sniper hiding in a building near his parade route.
The assassination sent shockwaves around the world, profoundly impacting the United States and marking a somber moment in the 20th century. During a high-profile event, an assailant emerged from the crowd and aimed a weapon at a Saudi prince. The attempted assassination of the Saudi prince was thwarted, sending ripples of concern through the nation. Security forces acted swiftly, subduing the attacker before any harm could be inflicted. Immediately following the incident, the prince was quickly escorted to a secure vehicle, and they drove off the scene to ensure his safety. A fatal shooting in South Houston was captured on video, providing a grim look at the sudden and tragic event. The footage begins with a driver noticing an impending danger ahead. Rather than accelerating to escape, she made the fateful decision to pull over. As she stopped the car, the assailant approached and opened fire, leaving her with no chance to react. The sound of gunshots filled the air as the attacker fired multiple rounds, resulting in a fatal outcome. The chilling video revealed the unpredictable nature of such violent encounters and the critical importance of remaining vigilant. In the early hours of June 6th at precisely 2:43 a.m., chaos erupted in the area of Wishart Street and Kensington Avenue. As SEPTA police officers worked to disperse a large crowd, their attention was suddenly drawn by the sharp crack of a gunshot. Rushing to the scene, officers discovered a man lying on the 1800 block of E. Wishart Street, suffering from a severe gunshot wound to his abdomen. The urgency of the situation was palpable as the victim was swiftly transported to Temple Hospital, fighting for his life. In the aftermath, surveillance video emerged, showing a woman in a local bar just before the shooting unfolded in an alley. The hunt for the shooter continues as the community grapples with the violent incident. Surveillance footage from a Ring camera captures a chilling moment as 3 suspects enter a house in Aiken County, leading to a tragic turn of events. The video shows the suspects entering the home under suspicious circumstances. Shortly after, the disturbing news emerged. The suspects are accused of a mother and her 1-year-old child. The investigation into the suspects' motives and their actions continues, with the community deeply affected by this heart-wrenching incident. In a dramatic turn of events at a convenience store, a man was picking up a few items when suddenly another individual appeared with a gun pointed directly at him. Despite the imminent threat, the man remained resolute and refused to comply. He swiftly drew his own gun, aiming to deter the would-be robber. Tensions escalated quickly as an exchange of gunfire erupted between the two. Herndon police released shocking surveillance footage capturing a gunman shooting into a crowded bar. The incident occurred around 10 p.m. on Saturday, November 6th, at Sully's Poorhouse, located in the 700 block of Eldon Street. The gunmen were enraged after being told they couldn't bring 2 young children inside the bar. Following an altercation with the bar staff, the men left the premises. The video shows them running by the front doors, with one of the men opening fire. Inside the bar, the video captures the moment a bullet shatters the glass door, narrowly missing an employee standing nearby. Surveillance video from a car wash in September 2015 captures the harrowing moments of a deadly shootout. The video begins with a vehicle pulling into the car wash, seemingly for a routine cleaning. What starts as an ordinary visit quickly escalates into chaos. The footage shows an intense exchange of gunfire with shots ringing out in rapid succession. The shootout continues for several moments, creating a scene of utter pandemonium. As the gunfire persists, the vehicle eventually drives off from the car wash. Many unanswered questions remain after a man suspected of shooting 9 people, 8 fatally, in the Joliet area took his own life during a confrontation with Texas police. The suspect, Romeo Nance, 23, was connected to most of the victims, who were targeted at 2 separate homes. The motive behind Nance's alleged spree remains unclear, as does his decision to travel to Texas. A stunning video of a dramatic shootout that left 2 women injured has surfaced on social media and New Orleans websites. Police are urgently seeking assistance in identifying the suspects and the vehicle involved. The harrowing footage captures the chaotic scene on Industry Street in New Orleans shortly after 5 p.m. on a Sunday. The video reveals a car pulling up and immediately opening fire, sending shots in all directions. 2 individuals jump out of the vehicle and continue firing toward a home, intensifying the mayhem. In a dramatic turn, someone on the porch of the targeted home returns fire, creating a fierce exchange of gunfire that lasts several seconds. Amidst the barrage of bullets, which sounded like several dozen shots, a felon was arrested on the scene for possession of a firearm. The car eventually disappears into the distance, leaving behind a scene of chaos and urgency as police continue their search for those responsible. A private camera captures a shocking video of a rideshare being shot at in Chicago. The footage shows a shooting in the middle of West Lake Street in West Garfield Park. In the video, an SUV pulls up to a rideshare vehicle. 2 people got out and opened fire. A passenger in the rideshare got struck but survived the terrifying attack. Chilling footage captures a terrifying scene at a New Orleans East gas station. At around 2 a.m., at the corner of Hayne and Bullard Avenue, a person can be seen approaching the gas pumps.
Walking toward the gas pumps before opening fire on a black car in the parking lot. You also see a silver car there that is caught in the crossfire. Luckily, no one was hurt in the shooting.
Without warning, he opened fire on a black car parked nearby. The gunfire also hits a silver car caught in the crossfire.
You can see a person walking toward the gas pumps before opening fire on a black car in the parking lot.
Miraculously, no one was injured in the chaos. On Sunday, April 23, 2017, a victim, along with another male, arrived in a red SUV and parked in front of 1811 Martin Grove Road. Engaging in conversation with several people in the area, they seemed unaware of the impending danger. At approximately 6:07 p.m., the victim exited the SUV and began speaking with the suspect. The 2 men walked away from the group, continuing their conversation. In a seemingly ordinary moment, the victim turned away to retrieve something from a handbag. Suddenly, the suspect brandished a firearm. The driver of the SUV rushed to the victim's side. In a dramatic twist, the victim handed the driver what appeared to be a handgun with an extended magazine. The driver placed the handgun inside the vehicle and assisted the victim back into the SUV. They fled the scene. He was treated for apparent gunshot wounds and taken to the hospital, adding another layer to the already intense investigation. The scene unfolded in a busy parking lot with cars lined up and people going about their evening routines. The victim, unaware of the danger lurking behind him, walked toward his car, keys in hand. Suddenly, gunfire erupted. The suspects, who had been following him, opened fire, aiming to take his life. The victim, in a desperate bid to survive, darted between vehicles, miraculously avoiding the barrage of bullets. The suspects chased after him at first, but eventually gave up the pursuit, leaving the parking lot as the victim managed to escape unscathed. Footage from a security camera captured a chilling assassination, adding to a growing pattern of such brutal murders. In the video, the victim is seen about to open his car door when the suspect suddenly appears and assassinates him. Despite the clear evidence caught on camera, these recordings have neither helped catch nor deter them from striking again. As the community grapples with yet another senseless, the disturbing trend of captured but unsolved murders continues, leaving many questions unanswered and a sense of unease hanging in the air.